Piku is a 2015 Indian Hindi language comedy drama film directed by Shoojit Sircar and produced by N.P. Singh, Ronnie Lahiri, and Sneha Rajani. It stars Deepika Padukone as the protagonist, Amitabh Bachchan and Irrfan Khan with supporting roles. The script was written by Juhi Chaturvedi. Anupam Roy composed the soundtrack and wrote the lyrics. Piku was released on 8 May 2015. The film is loosely based on the 1980 Bengali language short film Piku by Satyajit Ray. Critics praised the screenplay, performance, humor, and overall simplicity. Piku earned Rs 141 crore worldwide. On January 11, 2016, the film was nominated for Best Film in the 61st Filmfare Award as well as other categories. The subtitle of the film, Motion Se Hi Emotion, was quite popular in this time. A road trip to Kolkata brings Piku closer to her aging but nagging father, Bhaskar Banerjee, despite their desperate ideologies and fight over trivial issues. In Piku, the 30-something main character is a fiercely independent woman who owns a successful company, has casual sexual relationship, and runs a hectic household, all while being a devoted caregiver to a 70-year-old widowed father. In Hindi cinema, being a devoted daughter is a defining quality of a good heroine.
हमेशा भूल जाते हैं
And that devotion is usually measured through two metrics, obedience and chastity. Being obedient means respecting elders' wishes.
चल स्पर्श कर
Getting the kind of education her family wants.
इस साल बीकॉम कर लेगी
And most importantly, getting married at the right time. In fact, an obedient daughter understands her position as pariah dhan, a burden on her parents till she gets married and ensure relieves them of this burden on time.
और मुझे तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि अब वक्त आ गया है कि उस दुल्हन को अब डोली में बिठाकर विदा कर देना चाहिए।
Ironically, this means that she prioritizes her husband's family over her own, treating to her parents as secondary.
मेरा घर, मेरा परिवार, मम्मी, पापा, अंश, सब यही है।
On the other hand, being chaste means keeping her sexual desires in check by wearing the right kind of clothes, refraining from openly exploring her sexuality, and abstaining from premarital sex or romance.
हमारी संस्कृति में लड़के लड़कियां शादी से पहले ऐसे संबंध नहीं मानते।
To marry a man of her parents' choice. In fact, most often the main cause for conflict between parents and daughters is romance. This gets resolved only when their daughter's lover proves himself a worthy suitor by winning over the patriarch, aka the daughter's father.
मेरी बेटी को खुश रखोगे?
बहुत
But this is where Piku breaks the mold by detaching the daughter's devotion from these conservative notions of obedience and chastity.
तेरा सेक्स लाइफ तो एक्टिव है ना, वो जो लड़का पार्टनर शायद
It's a need.
It makes us view the devoted daughter in an entirely new light.
शेड कार्ड लेके क्यों नहीं बैठते आप लोग? कितना परसेंट ग्रीन, कितना परसेंट येलो?
Instead of being financially independent on her father, Piku runs her own company. She is outspoken and fierce, and by Indian society standards, she is too old to be single.
Why don't you both get married, yeah?
जानी ना मासी।
And yet, far from being concerned about getting her married, Piku's father Bhaskar is scarce of a man her aunt has set her up with, fearing he would be too conservative for his free-spirited daughter.
फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट है, सेक्सुअली इंडिपेंडेंट है, ये तुम्हारा अकॉर्डिंग नाइस है?
Her sexuality does not cause any conflict between her and her father. On the other hand, Piku is open about her casual sexual relationships.
If you ask me, I think casual ही ठीक है।
And Bhaskar even welcomes her casual sexual partners at home. The film goes a step further to show how, in a more liberated setting, marriage might even be at odds with her daughter's ability to be devoted to her parents.
शादी तो नहीं करने वाले आप मेरी, एटलीस्ट इससे खुश होने दीजिए।
Instead of being a compulsion, marriage becomes a choice.
तो अगर किसी को मुझसे शादी करनी है तो
तुम्हारे 90 साल के बच्चे को अडॉप्ट करना पड़ेगा।
बिल्कुल।
Instead of glorifying this devotion, though, the film paints a portrait of the turn a parent-child relationship takes when the child becomes a primary caregiver of an elderly parent. Grief and irritation coexist between love and affection in an honest exploration of the daily stress and sacrifices that come with being a caregiver.
25 किलोमीटर साइकिलिंग नहीं कर सकते आप समझे?
And ultimately, in depicting how Piku deals with her father's death, the film also shows us what a healthy model of devotion can look like. Piku did not submerge herself or forget who she was as a result of her devotion to her father. Instead, that relationship gave her purpose and a sense of self that defined who she is even after her father is gone. It is a must-watch film.